Welcome back to the Taiwan Outlook, and I'm your host, Wu Ruiguo. In this segment, we will continue our discussion with Ms. Frances Li, Deputy Director General of the Department of East Asian and Pacific Affairs of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Ms. Li, we're going to shift the focus now onto the diplomatic conduct of Taiwan. We understand that since President Ma Ying-jeou inaugurated in office in May of 2008, he has put forth his notion of a flexible diplomacy as the core, of the guiding principle of the conduct of foreign policy. Can you then tell us, as a foreign policy practitioner on the first line, that how is the flexible diplomacy affected our diplomatic allies' attitude towards us, and also the improvement in cross-strait relations? How does that, impact either in a positive or negative way in our relations with our diplomatic allies around the world?
Firstly, I would like to mention, the aim of our foreign policy is to ensure our security and the prosperity. And actually, Taiwan is a country, there's no natural resources. So we heavily depend on the supply of resources from overseas. Even if we made some products, we need the market, international market. So, the aim of this foreign policy will not be realized just by advocating the idea itself. We need international environment also, go along with this goal, such as we need international security, we need international prosperity. Of course, since we are in Asia, I think the regional security and the regional prosperity is very vital, important to us. So we call flexible diplomacy, and in essence, I would like to say, for relations with our diplomatic allies, we're gonna broaden and deepen our cooperation ties with our diplomatic allies. For those countries, although we don't have diplomatic tie, but we have very cordial and friendly relations, then we will increase our substantive cooperation with them. Since President Ma inaugurated last May, I think the main thrust of his foreign policy is to revitalize our economy first, and then to improve the cross-strait relations. Then that's what flexible diplomacy gonna implement. As of now, I think our diplomatic allies understand right now our government won't compete for numbers of diplomatic allies. Instead, we will use the resources to increase the cooperation with our diplomatic allies. And so when they learn this, of course, we're gonna deepen and broaden cooperation with them. Of course, I think their response is very favorable. And we can see as of now, there's we won't compete the number of diplomatic ties with mainland China. So the relations for us with our diplomatic allies actually is very stable. And we're gonna, have we call normal relations with those our diplomatic allies. For non-diplomatic allies such as U.S., I think their response is also very positive. They are happy to see the resumption of dialogue across the Taiwan Strait, and they think this is gonna be helpful to the stability of the cross-strait relations. Of course, including enhance the stability in this region. Say EU, for example, they are also very happy, to see the situation evolving.
Yes.
They think it's going to enhance mutual understanding and have some dialogue. It's very good, so they won't consider the cross-strait area as a flashpoint in the future. So far, the response we receive is either from our diplomatic ally or our non-diplomatic ally. Generally speaking, is quite positive. So as of now, I think this policy is relatively successful.
Yeah, Ms. Li, we understand that also the biggest difference in flexible diplomacy compared to foreign policy, policy position of the past is that we no longer look at the relations with China and our foreign policy as a zero-sum game. It's not one thing of one side only. You can't have a relationship with other non-diplomatic allies. And given that, we are now also looking to substantiate relations with non-diplomatic allies. However, with the rapid improvement in cross-strait relations, do you ever, so far in the past year, been getting some questions or responses from our diplomatic or non-diplomatic allies regarding maybe the cross-strait relations are moving very fast or too fast, and the diplomatic allies or non-diplomatic allies are looking for ways to better balance their relations with Taiwan and also their relations with mainland China. Did you ever get such questions?
Sometimes, and I would like to, usually I respond like this. Although as of now, we have conducted 9 rounds of talks with mainland China. Three rounds of talk, and we signed 9 agreements already.
Exactly.
And issue one joint statement. However, if you look at in details, then you will notice, say we just want to normalize our relations with mainland China, such as if you look at those 9 agreements, say air links or sea links. For air links, for example, the distance from Shanghai to Taipei before, it takes 4 to 6 hours.
Exactly.
To travel. And however, now it's only take 80 minutes. Then it's very easy for Taiwanese businessmen if they want to attend a conference, international conference or meeting in Shanghai. They just go there in the morning and can come back in the evening. So this is a measure encourage our businessmen to take roots in Taiwan.
Of course.
And also encourage those foreign investors. They can have their operational center in Taiwan. No need to relocate to mainland China. So for those, if you look at the sea transport, before the direct 3 links, you need to travel to other points and before reach mainland China. Especially during the rising cost of fuel.
Of course.
So this is very not pragmatic, and I mean, compare with if there's no direct links with mainland China. So for those corporations such as with financial sector and also food safety, encourage the visitors exchanges. Say every year we have around 4 million people go to mainland China for either for pleasure or for business purpose. However, the number of tourists from mainland China actually is very limited, on less than 1 million. So I would say that we just want to find some balanced way to conduct the exchange across the Taiwan Strait. So I would like to I usually mention this to our diplomatic allies. For those measures we are conducting, actually just normalize our economic relations with mainland China.
Yes.
Before, you don't know those restriction or limitation, then you think, oh, China and Taiwan gonna proceed in a very fast way. But it's just like a normal bilateral relations. They have ups and downs.
Yes.
In the future, it's like any other bilateral relations. We need to consider the international environment and the regional situation into consideration to conduct our bilateral relations. So my government is very cautious, like our President Ma just mentioned. There's some guiding principle in dealing with relations with mainland China, such as we should face the reality, we should pioneer a new future, we shelve the controversy and pursue win-win situation.
Exactly.
And President Ma also mentioned he gonna put the Taiwan interest first,
of course,
for the benefit of Taiwan. So it's a very, very clear guidelines for us or for our friends overseas to understand the progress of cross-strait relations.
Yes. Well, thank you, Ms. Li, for outlining President Ma's major foreign policy objectives. We're going to take another short break. We'll be right back to the Taiwan Outlook. We'll continue this discussion with the Deputy Director General of the Department of East Asian and Pacific Affairs of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ms. Frances Li. We'll be right back.